The students we have in schools today were born with iPads in their hand. And we are embarking on a one-to-one initiative that our superintendent is referring to as individualized learning, where grade levels are almost going away and students are able to learn on their own pace. We have 96,000 students and 14,000 employees. We're serviced by 2 data centers with 40,000 computers and approximately 10,000 tablet-type devices and growing. We've been using VMware since 2005. We started using vSAN back in July of last year. We have currently virtualized a little over 500 servers, and we are probably about 95% virtualized. We had a very specific problem to solve. We had a poorly performing mission-critical application, and it was on hardware that was due to be refreshed. We were skeptical that replacing the hardware was going to improve the performance. I did look at some other solutions. The biggest problem I had is those solutions are an appliance type solution, and they had some limitations. VMware had the ability to install on any server, so I proceeded to virtualize based on vSAN. I was using internal PCI flash cards and I believe 800 gig 15K drives local on all of the boxes. I believe I had 7 in each one to create the vSAN infrastructure. We virtualized the SQL Server, and we also virtualized about 18 more servers. It is a very heavy hit server that has 7,000 to 8,000 users concurrently in some cases. And we were able to consolidate 21 physical boxes down into the 3-node cluster. Now, we have recently turned up a 6.0 5-node cluster with all SSD storage, and we are in the process of migrating that application to the 6.0 cluster. Amongst the 5 nodes, I believe we've turned up 10 terabytes of storage. The SQL Server itself is about 2 terabytes. With the vSAN on policy-based storage, our VMware tech, just a few clicks and we're ready to go. It's less expensive, takes up less rack space, less heat. If you want to buy a SAN that's preloaded with enough storage for growth, it could be $500,000, $650,000. And instead, I'm buying servers that are maybe $50,000, $60,000 a piece. The footprint in my data center is reducing. We would sometimes have 30, 40, 50 millisecond latency on our SAN during heavy congestion. On the vSAN, it would be, sub 1 millisecond latency in most cases. But to put it in layman's terms, my customer, what made them so happy is tasks they were running on the old environment were taking 30 to 45 minutes to complete. And in the new environment, it was sub 5 minutes. The next thing I want to put on vSAN is SAP. We're already virtualized, but I would like it to run faster. Anything that requires a lot of IOPS and intensive use, our SAP, our data warehouse, our SharePoint environment, and the student information system. And I'm also wanting to put on the vSAN our new AirWatch environment as well. I estimate that within the next 5 years, we'll have between 40 and 50% of our virtual environment in the vSAN.